Oakley dokley. So I'm here in the lathe, and I'm going to make another little adapter here. So I've got this piece of EN8, so 1040 steel, and I'm going to turn it down. I've got a little photo of the measurements that I need on my phone, and I'm just going to mess around here because I've got 35 minutes or so before I've got to get to where I've got to be. So I'm going to set that up there and start doing a little turning, have some fun. And of course, the little disclaimer is that I have no clue what I'm doing on one of these things. Now, obviously, the intention is to certainly stay safe. Well, the intent is not to provide any information aside from just a little bit of fun and a little bit of entertainment. Well, if anybody's hanging out in the chat, great to see you here. Great. Brill. So, now I'm going to go ahead and check my speeds. What's going on? A little to the right. 1500. I'll go ahead and go to 900. Turn on the motor. The motor's on, and I'm going to face it off, and then I'll put a whatchamaboodah in, and do that. So a lot of guys on the last little video were telling me that with a carbide cutter, I can really up my speeds, as well as upping the, as well as not even needing coolant. So that's good. That means that I'm not spraying coolant all over myself. I sprayed a lot of coolant over myself on the last one. Like, you'd accidentally point it right at the chuck, and then it would just spray right at you, and that's not fun. It's funny actually, because right after I did that, I had a guy come in and install a DRO on my mill, because the one that came with the mill when I bought it was literally filled with water. Literally filled with water. It was hilarious. You could shake it and the water would slosh about in it. So I got a nice new one on there, not brand new used, but really nice piece of kit. He also did some other fiddling, put a new power feed on the mill. And he needed to use the lathe when he was installing that little power feed. So it was really kind of funny for me, because I saw how a pro, somebody does it for a living, uses the lathe, and yeah, big difference in the way that I used it. Right, what's up, guys? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my chalk and a center drill. Put a little center on here, a little keyless truck. It's probably bulky enough to not need a center, but I guess I'm going to be turning it down a little ways, so it can't be a terrible idea. Get that in there a little bit of the ways. A little Morse taper 2 here on the tailstock. I finally worked out what it is. It's a bloody tailstock. I got a little confused about that the other day. Okay, so that's loose. Slide that forwards. Clamp it back and go a little further forward. Clamp her down. I can go ahead and up my RPMs for this little operation. Clamp down. Feed this in. You know what? You probably want to see a little closer, don't you? There we go. I actually made the wonderful mistake of breaking one of these the second time I used it. I had a little too much feed on it. You really can't see what's going on there, can you? There we go. I'll move you. I actually broke one of these pretty early on as I was trying this in that first project. Not my smartest move. Okay, there we go. Back that out of there. Turn that off. Back this out. Ooh, actually, am I going to use that again? Yeah. No, I think I'm going to pull that out. put a center in it first. Having said that, there is no way that is thick enough to need a center. There is no way that is thin enough to need a center. So I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm just going to slide that all the way out of the way and then turn the diameter on here so that when I flip it around, at least I got something good to deal with.
Wow, that's actually really surprising. So yeah, I'm making a little adapter to hold another wheel on that bench grinder. I'm really surprised seeing how with a higher RPM, I'm actually getting a way nicer surface finish. That's a way prettier surface finish. And obviously I'm taking out a lot more material. The chips are just light blue. So the chips are only coming off about, what, 250, 300 degrees Celsius. Wonderful. So I'm now going to zero that. I probably should have zeroed it earlier. Back it off. Slide that around. I'm going to pull this thing out of the chuck real fast. Slip her around the other way. Then I'm going to face off the other end. Put a center in it. Have I done that one? I can't remember. Put a center in it and do the same thing. I know that I need to go to 0 on that. I can always find that again. Look at that. That is so much nicer to turn at that speed. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Sadly, you can't yell at me when it goes out of focus. There we go, I'll put it on manual focus. That way that won't happen. So I'm making a little adapter to hold a different wheel. Going pretty well. Sorry for the unannounced live show. You know, I was figuring I've got to go get a meningitis, what do they call them? A little inoculation here. So I'm going to back that off. It's really annoying. I hate going to the doctor. What a bum. What a real bummer that is. So I got to go get that inoculation. So that's interrupting my day. So I figured, you know, okay, I've got an hour to do that. And that means I've got to drive across town, which I dislike doing enough as it is. So I thought I'd treat myself. So I'm going to make something nice and boom, loosen that off. Throw a center in there real fast. Golly. Great, nice little deep center. I might well have could used some coolant. That'll be fine. I have enough travel. I have plenty enough travel. Now I know that I'm probably going to want to go back down to 0 because I zeroed that in. Front of it hasn't moved. Wonderful. Right there should be 0. Pull that out, get a little closer, and engage my feed. Oh, look at that. Look at those beautiful little chips. Little long chips. I guess having shorter chips is preferable because they don't bunch up like that. I'm actually using a wireless mic. I'd love to hear what you think about this mic. I spent an extortionate amount of money on it. It's a professional quality mic. The issue is, of course, the issue that we'll always run into is the fact that, see that now, I'm pretty sure that's becoming dangerous. So I'm going to see if I can back that off and get rid of that. I mean, that's got to be dangerous when it accumulates to a size like that. Look at that little hairball there. Throw that around the other side. Nope.
So I'm using this extortionately expensive little wireless mic here. I'd like to hear what you think. The big issue is whether we pick up, you know, an enormous amount of feedback from the running of the machines. Like that's the worry, because this is a radio mic. It's kind of funny, I went into the store explicitly wanting to purchase a Bluetooth mic. They didn't have one, but for some reason I guess I was adamant that I wanted to leave and be able to this week do something better than the last week. So I spent the crazy amount of money on this mic. And I've been using it in some videos, it's been alright. I wonder if the electromagnetism of the lathe is having any negative effects. We'll see about that. Right, well, what fun. What fun, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if I can pop out this chat. I'm just gonna pop out this chat so I can read your comments a little better, ladies and gents. Mic sounds very clear. Wonderful. Oh, so long as there's no feedback, that's just fantastic. Thank you so much for letting me know, guys. So yeah, I do want to say thank you for joining me on such short notice. I've got a little photo about what I'm doing. I'll show you the wheel. It's one of these, what do you call them? Scotch-Brite, but it's a rubberized Scotch-Brite. So ingrained in this rubber is a slightly abrasive material. It's kind of interesting. I've never had a proper arbor to use it on. This is kind of what I'm going for, which is not an engineering drawing by any stretch of the imagination. So all I know is I'm going to take a piece down, 50, so I'm going to, a little bit of blue maybe? I always wonder how people use this engineer's blue, because it's super liquid. How do you, I mean, does it just always take ages to dry? And you wipe it on something beforehand so it's not super crazy wet? Because if I was to put this on there now, it would take yonks to dry. So I guess I'm going to take a little bit of a rag, maybe. A little rag. And get most of it off on the rag. I guess that'll do it. Need a little more. I thought that would work a little better. I guess I do have to wet it again. That's not working very well. Okay, so how do you tell that Alec is a noob at this? He can't even put some engineer's blue. What do they call them? Dykem steel blue on the thing. Sorry, I think I keep nicking the old thing. Right, so if I want 57 mil, something like that. Let me zero those bad boys off. Zero, I say. Move that out of the way. So I'll go to 57. I'm not really after any accuracy at all. Look at that, right at the end of my Dykem. So much for that. Terrible. So I guess I'm gonna try and eyeball it in. No precision required on this. Longitudinally, there's nothing there. It's all good. So I guess now that I'm on the ball, now that I turn that off, just ever so gently feed in, make my mark. I'm gonna turn this down to about 25 mil or so. And again, I really don't think I need a center. I don't even know, I probably didn't even need those things that I put in at the very end. I don't see how it could be necessarily a problem. I can see if I can move you around to this side. My fellow metalworking enthusiasts. Sorry for the noise there. Zoom you in. Hello. Here. Give you a little view of my nostrils first. Wonderful. Oh, why am I pressing record? I don't need to do that. You're already on. I'm going to down the ISO a little bit. See if that can make it a little more enjoyable to watch. And I'm going to turn on a light. Lord knows why I didn't think about doing that earlier. Okay, so I have like 25 minutes before I gotta leave. So make sure you guys remind me. I got places to be. So, I've heard, the guy said that on these Colchesters, I mean, they have a 3-horse lathe. You can take a full revolution of the dial, apparently, before you do your feed in. So, found my mark there. Get a little closer. I'm going to try that full revolution of the dial. What? No way. He thinks you can take that much of a cut? Are you kidding me? That's enormous. I guess I'll give it a go. We'll see. We'll see. If it fails, then, you know, it's all right. Nope, not going to do that. Not going to take that much of a cut. Yeah, that's slowed down the motor. I'll take something a little more manageable. I mean, that's still like a 1/4 inch off the diameter. Wow. Let's see if I can clear that chip off of there. God, those things could be brutal. I mean, I saw him wailing into this thing. He didn't put the cross feed in. He was just manually feeding it, which I guess wouldn't be that difficult. I think I'm lazy though, so I'm going to stick with the normal feed. Exciting stuff. Inch up to my mark, boom, there we go. Take another few thousandths off it. Get rid of that little hairball there. Take another 1/4 inch off the diameter. Wow, did you see that one? That was amazing. Ow, hot, 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 hot. Right. Ow, that is burning me. You know, you should probably pay attention to the lathe while you do this stuff. Look at that. That just came off of there. First little cut. Stunning. Wow. That is beautiful. That's a piece of art. I say that so often when I'm doing this taming. Another one's coming. Wow. This is so exciting. I love turning. Wow, another one. Another one. That is unbelievable. These little 12-inch strips. Wow. That's just phenomenal. All right, wheel it back out. I guess I'll take another 1/4 inch or so off the diameter. Wow, just beautiful. I don't like that bunching up. Somebody'd have to let me know. I mean, is it all right to let it bunch up? I just can't assume it could be all right. Engage my feet again. See, I don't like that. Look at that. I can't let that happen. See, it gets caught in the cutter there. I'm gonna turn that off. What? See? Wow. I wonder if I can use this to hook it off of there. Look at that. I mean, these are the things that were coming off. Look at the number of them. There are like 4 of these that came off. These little... That's just beautiful. I mean, that's a work of art. Wow, it's amazing what you can be so excited about. Tool is pretty hot. Then again, it's carbide, so that's kind of acceptable. So I'm going to go back into where I was. Skim it. Well, I guess I can probably avert that problem by kind of manually feeding it. Then as it builds up,
Jesus, that's astonishing. Really exciting little tool to have, this lathe. What time is it? So, yeah. So yeah, you feel a little vibration as it starts to not like it. Another thing I've been told is to watch out for the expansion of your workpiece as you're, laying into it like this. So that's, see, a little close there. What's going on in the old YouTubes? Okay, so instead of stopping, you can just get a pair of pliers and pull it off. Well, that's very exciting. I'll grab that set of pliers. So let me actually first go ahead and have a look and see what measurement we're at. Save eyeballing and taking too much off the old width there. 28, 4, so I want another 2. Come on, lathe, turn on. I'm going to zero myself in. Oh, you can tell I'm still learning. Go. So I'm going to go to 0. Then I'll go to 26. Damn it! I want to go to 20. 0, 0, 0, 0, 20. Let's see how that works. Oh, there goes another one. Look at that beauty. So, pliers. Oh, don't have my pliers on me. Where would I put them? Just beautiful. What a magnificent little craft machine is. Great. Wonderful. Well, I don't really need to worry about the diameter. I'll call it close enough. It will probably be 25.78. So I was shooting for roughly kind of 25, but it's really not a big deal on this particular end of it. I'm now going to throw a hole in it. Or should I put a little chamfer on it first? I wonder what would be the best way to go about that. I do want to put a little chamfer on it though. I think that'd be quite fun. I'm playing around with this. I don't know if this is strictly what you're meant to do. But I don't really mind if this is what you're meant to do, because I'm a rebel. That's what I am. Putting a little round chamfer on it. Yeah. So I don't know if that's legit or not, but I just engaged the cross feed. I just engaged the cross feed, and then as it fed out, I just wind that out. It puts a cool little chamfer on it. It's amazing. Now, I love asking you guys for advice. It's wonderful because when people of knowledge comment, I learn a lot. But it's terrible when 15 different people comment. You have no clue who's of knowledge, who isn't, and they're all commenting different things. I mean, come on, guys, let's get some consistency in what you're suggesting. First, people are telling me that blue chips are fine. Second, they're telling me that they're wrong. I mean, come on, guys. Let's get a little consistency in your advice. There's 0. Might as well get that a little closer. Cool that. 0. Right, so I've got a little drill bit there. If that's 18 mil, 3/4. This is so 400 divided by 0.75, 533 RPM. So what do I have that's pretty close? 625 or 394 or 450. I like that. Wait. How do I go to the yellow one? Yellow? So I'm still trying to learn how to use my lathe. How much time do I have? How do I get into that one? Oh! I understand. There's a high gear and there's a low gear. I'm in low speed. Would that be it? Maybe. 1960 something. Oh shucks, I don't know. Maybe that is the low speed. I'm very confused about this. But I'm going to assume that's certainly way too fast. So I'm going to go to what I was using on the kind of last ones. I'll go to what is 625, which might well be 312. That's pretty close. So that wants to go straight down. That wants to go to the right. That wants to go there. That could be maybe 625 or 3 something or other. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter what it is. I'm going to turn on my pump for this. And I am going to flood that one. Flood this little cut. Get rid of all that. So what have you guys been up to in the shop? What have you been working on? Great. Get rid of that. No, I'd love to hear what's up. Yeah, this is a carbide tool, so that's why I've been wondering about the ambivalent, is that the right word? I never know. About the ambiguous replies. Oh well. But basically a lot of different information. This drill bit is not carbide, this is high-speed steel. So I'm going to cool this. Woohoo! Somebody bought a t-shirt. Did you guys know that I have t-shirts available online now? If you go to, shoot, I didn't put the link in the description. If somebody could be super cool and find the link, it's pretty easy to find. You go to Teespring, teespring.com/Alec-steel-WMH. And there are the t-shirts. If somebody could post that in the chat, I'd be super appreciative of that. So yeah, I put some t-shirts up there. That's a great way to support the channel. Throw a few chips my way. I'd be very appreciative of that, and it's a great way for you to support one of the t-shirts. You know, something I'm really pleased about is with all this machining equipment, I bought really high quality tools. You know, you just don't regret it. You never regret buying the high quality stuff. I know it's a little bit of a tangent from the topic of t-shirts. It's just that I'm looking at these chips and I'm like, man, I love having nice tools. Nice tools are so nice. gonna make this little hole in here about 60 mil deep or so. Just in the tailstock. I'll tell you what I'll do, ladies and gents, is I'm gonna move that around, then I'm gonna zoom you in. And then I'm gonna manual focus you. Now I'll go back in. This is a beautiful lathe. This is a Colchester lathe. Colchester student. The guy told me, yeah, so I had this guy come in and do some little repairs on the Bridgeport. And he told me that he thinks the Bridgeport is from 1985 and that this is from the mid-70s. And this likely at that time would have been made just down the road in Colchester. We're here in Norwich. Colchester, I thought was really close down the road, but I embarrassed myself by proving myself wrong. I think it's like an hour and a half away. Shows exactly what I know about geography. Okay. It's just so satisfying being able to drill a hole without stalling the machine. Okay, I'm going to back that out, clean all the chips, then go back in. I don't know exactly why I'd go back in, but I do want to just take another 1/8 inch out of there. Okay, and that should fit on there just perfectly. Back that out of there. I might as well turn that. Well, pull my little Morse taper drill out of there. It's got a little adapter on it at the same time. What fun this is. Shut off my coolant. Look at one of the little strings of... Whee! How fantastic. I'm going to switch that back over to autofocus. I'm going to bring you down to my height. Well, fun! It's great to have you guys here. So I'm going to pull this out of the chuck, flip her around, and do what I need to do on the other side. First, I'll check that it fits all the way on the actual machine over here, other side of the shop. Just lovely. And I'll flip her over. And I guess put some blue on this thing. I can probably go back up that little original speed. Yeah, you know what I was saying about coolant spraying you in the face? Yeah, that just happened again. Someone dripped onto the chuck. And I was right in line with the chuck as I turned it on, so that's annoying. But it's fun. It's just so much fun. There's nothing like this kind of stuff. Tinkering away, trying new things. And what's exciting is, like, you know, blacksmithing is something I do every day. But obviously, you know, I'm always dealing with you guys who, you're oftentimes, your connection with blacksmithing is very much like my connection with machining, as blacksmithing is something that, oh my goodness, it's something that I love tremendously. But it becomes a little normal, you know. For me, running a power hammer now is very normal. Swinging a hand hammer on a hot piece of steel is very normal. This, the joy of trying something new and learning and experimenting and making mistakes. Oh, what a fantastic thing. What a fantastic thing. So it's exciting. This is a brilliant way for me to empathize with the thoughts that you guys have about undertaking your blacksmithing hobby. So still no issues with the mic? Have there been any issues with the mic since I last asked about it? Or are we all good? I'd love to hear. I'm gonna roll that in. Don't know why I'd turn it off, because I guess I just gotta do a whole lot of turning right about now anyway. So it's time to do a whole lot of turning. I'm going to... Where would be a cool place? I think a cool place would be just around here. Around the back. I'll see if I can pull the HDMI cable here without unplugging yous. Thanks for joining me, guys, by the way. It's been a lot of fun. It's still a lot of fun. I'm not done yet. Ooh, give it a few more minutes. Then I'll be done. There we go. Turn her on. Let's see, is my tool cool? It is. So, you know, it's been very weird. A lot of people have said to use coolant with the carbide tools. A lot of people have said, nah, you don't need coolant with the carbide tools. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But I have a pump, and I got a load of coolant. And they say so long as that you're running the coolant right on the tool, you're not going to worry about fracturing the tool. So if I run the coolant right on the tool, I'll give it a go. I'm going to see how it works. So again, I'm going to take about a 1/4 inch off the old diameter there, run it right on the tool. I don't know if I prefer it. I haven't got a clue. It seems like the chips are breaking off a little easier. I wouldn't particularly say it looks like there's much difference in surface finish. I've got my mark, finish her off with the hand wheel there. And then I'll take another 1/4 inch off the diameter, I guess. Just eyeballing it. And I'm just going to try hand feeding it. Maybe at a slightly faster pace. Just experiment with the pace of feed. You see, I'm really flooding the tool with the coolant. It does spray everywhere though, which is kind of a nuisance. Okay, hand feeding it's boring. I'm going to go back to the machine feeding it. Yeah, a lot of people have said I look like Michael McIntyre. Sorry, somebody left a comment just now saying I look like Michael McIntyre. A lot of people have said it. I just wish... I don't remember jokes and stuff like that very well, but I do like Michael McIntyre. I find it's very funny anytime I have listened to him. I wish I could impersonate him by giving a shot at one of his jokes, but that would be an abysmal failure if there ever was one. So just pretend me imitating him, and you'll get a nice laugh out of that, I'm quite sure. .53. Got an inch. 1.2. So I'm 120 thousandths over. No, more like 140 or so. 120 thousandths over. Zero. I'll give. Seems weird. I'm just going to take a little bit of that. I guess it might be right. Oh no, there's too much. That's 23.5. I can't have that. Still trying to work out how these dials are set up. So that's my 0. I guess I'll just inch her in a little bit. Naturally, still a noob. And also just lazy to work out and have a play with these dies. Okay, so that's like bang the hell on. I just need to go a hair more. 25.8. Flood it up. Keep it cool. Run another cut. I guess the truth of the pudding, okay, fits on there, lovely. That fits on there, right about to there. Man, I really have to go. Bugger! Right guys, as much as I'd love to finish this thing, I'll end up being late to go to where I've got to go. Let me switch that off. And I'm going to turn the camera around and give you a proper thank you, because I'm really appreciative of you coming hanging out on such short notice. Well, 0 notice. There's probably a video. I wonder if it's live now. There should be a video that you can go watch, which I put up, which talks about the t-shirt. It also talks about an opportunity where I might well be coming to North America. Yeah, it's up. I might be coming to North America to come do a class, actually in just southern Ontario. So it's in Canada. It's not necessarily in the USA, where most of you guys probably are. Apologies for that. But still, Canada, it's like 30 minutes north of the US border, north of Buffalo, New York. That's the easiest place to fly into. And there'll be more details about that. I'd love to hear if you're interested, so, you know, go ahead and leave some comments in that video if you're interested. It'd be fantastic to see you in North America and come take a class there. My buddy Paul of Toronto Blacksmith is going to be setting up the workshop, if we decide to go ahead with this, setting up his workshop. He just bought a new shop to be equipped to teach this stuff. And so I'd love to see you there. If that makes it a little easier for you to come take the class, then be it. I've got to go. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. Tomorrow, live show. See you then. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a little early. I got a class the next day. Bye-bye.